From the beautiful city of Los Angeles, California, we bring you the Gimme Three podcast. Hello and welcome, cinephiles, cinema lovers, and movie appreciators to the Gimme Three podcast. It's the podcast where we normally pick three films that are connected by one theme, but today we're doing something a little different, as we'll get into. I'm Nicholas Yvada. I'm joined by my brilliant co-host who is returning. Bella, welcome back to the show and Happy New Year.
Thank you. We're back. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, very exciting.
So Bella, last year we did our Letterboxd year in review for 2024, and it was so much fun. It was so well received that we decided to go back. We're going to do it again. This is our Letterboxd year in review for 2025. And once again, I'm going to say Letterboxd is not a sponsor. We're just big fans. So if Letterboxd is listening, if anybody from the Letterboxd app is listening and wants to be a sponsor, we'd be more than happy to accept. And for our listeners who don't know what Letterboxd is, I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, you probably do. But if you don't, Letterboxd is a wonderful app where you can log the films that you watch. You can leave reviews. You can not leave reviews. You can follow your friends. You can see what your friends are watching, what they like, what they don't like. You can see what the masses are watching. You can read reviews. It's just a wonderful place if you're a cinephile. It's much better, much more organized and less chaotic and extreme than, say, Twitter or Reddit.
Yeah.
But one of the best things we think about Letterboxd is this stats feature where users can see the statistics of their movie watching year. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look back at the year that was 2025 and Bella and I's watching statistics. And I got to say, Bella, I went back before we did this episode. I went back and listened to our episode last year.
Oh, yeah.
That we did. And I asked a question that was, how excited are you for the year 2025 on the scale of 1 to 25? And we both said 24 out of 25 excitement. What a bunch of fucking dumbasses.
Yeah.
What a couple of fucking suckers. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe how optimistic we were back then, you know?
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
I know. It makes me not want to be optimistic for this year because then I'll look stupid.
I know. I listened to that. I was like, Jesus Christ. Both of us.
The sweet oblivion. We had no idea what was coming.
We're just too goddamn optimistic. But you know what? We got to stay optimistic. We got to have hope, Bella. Otherwise, What the hell's the point? So, fuck it. We'll go 25 out of 26 excitement.
Yes. Staying right at the same level.
Yeah. Let's do it, Bella. Here we go. Letterboxd review 2025. Do you have it pulled up, Bella?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to go.
All right. Let's get into the goods. Let's just start with the most basics of the basics. Bella, how many films did you log this year?
I watched a solid 243 films, and I'm pretty proud of that. My number went down this year, but I like to think it went up considering I got a full-time job and still made this number happen.
Right. That's incredible. Yeah, 246 with a full-time job.
It's like, I think, what is it? Averaging 4.7 movies a week. So, room for growth, but I'm pretty pleased with it.
Or room for just not growth. I think that's or room plenty.
For just doing absolutely nothing, staring at the wall.
That's plenty. Yeah.
You need that these days. 2026 is the year of staring at the wall and just being present.
Hell yeah.
How about you? What is yours looking like?
Same. I also watched less than last year. 230 was what I logged.
Nice.
Which is an average of 19.2 a month and 4.4 a week. Wow. So yeah, I think we both watched less, but I think we both watched harder. You know what I mean?
Totally, totally. You know, it's still a testament to our love for the movies and our commitment to cinema.
And our commitment to this freaking podcast, man.
Yeah. Every week, baby, every week.
Every week. What was your highest? So they have this thing where it's like all the days of the week and it shows like what your highest was. Last year we kind of talked about that a little bit. Mm-hmm. What was the day that you watched the most movies?
Let's see. Mine was, I thought I had this pulled up, but it's between Friday and Saturday, which really shows how much I've aged in the last year because, you know, I should be hitting the town on those nights, but it looks like nothing can keep me from my couch and a good movie on the weekends.
I know, you should be hitting the club.
Right?
Last year you said Tuesdays was your highest because you would hit the $5 Tuesdays, but now that you're a working girl, and I upgraded, no shade, but I upgraded to the AMC A-lister. So now I can go any day of the week and see, also not a sponsor of us, but we're cinephiles. So we talk about how we watch our movies. Yeah. But yeah, no more Tuesdays. No more Tuesdays. Tuesdays are out. Fridays, Saturdays are in.
How about you?
Mine was also Saturday. 49 films I logged on Saturdays, which are, I mean, we go to the movies a lot on Saturdays, or,
yeah,
you know, so frequently there's a lot of guild screenings on Saturdays, or hit up the New Beverly for a double bill on a Saturday or something. Or, yeah, like you said, just staying home in the afternoon and throwing on a couple. So makes sense. Makes sense. The big milestones. Let's talk about the big milestones. The Letterboxd has this feature where, you know, your first film of the year, your last film of the year, it keeps track of this stuff. And then any big milestones, like their 50th movie, 100th movie, 200th movie. For instance, last year, Bella watched over 300 films. And the 300th film that she watched was the wonderful Christmas in the Spotlight.
The bane of my existence. The only film to truly haunt me.
So this year, the milestones, what was the first film and the last film that you watched of 2025, Bella?
I've been so excited to announce this one because this was not planned. But my first film of the year on January 1st, 2025 was Catherine Hardwicke's Twilight. And then my last film of 2025 watched on December 31st
was Catherine Hardwicke's Twilight.
Twilight, imagine. that would be too perfect. No, it was Matt Reeves' The Batman. So you know, 2025 was clearly the year of Robert Pattinson for me because I subconsciously started the year at the beginning of the Rob obsession and closed out the year with arguably like the most recent Rob obsession. And that made me ridiculously happy.
There you go. I mean, that's a good way to start and end the year with a little Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Really can't.
How about yours?
My first was The Brutalist, which we saw on January 1st. Sonja and I went to the movies with friends of the show and former guests, Ryan Layson and Adriana Lopez, a little double date. Went to the movies, saw it on 70 millimeter, which if our friends hadn't seen The Brutalist on the big screen, I mean, it was an event because that movie is long. I think nearly 4 hours long.
Oh, yeah.
And they have an intermission, you know, in the film. So they put an intermission in. It's a whole afternoon. So that was a good way to start the year. Going to the movies, seeing it on the big screen, seeing it in 70 millimeter. It's a wallop of a picture. Wonderful performances. You know, a movie that really will stick with you. And then the last film that I watched, speaking of Ryan Layson, actually, Ryan Layson, a big part of my life this year. A Few Good Men, Ryan Layson's favorite film of all time.
Nice.
And the reason we watched that was because we discussed it on last week's episode, the first episode of the year, our tribute to Rob Reiner, where we discussed A Few Good Men, we discussed The Princess Bride, and Misery. Ryan Layson is a milestone of my film watching year, it seems.
Shout out Ryan. I love that. How about your diary milestones? Sorry, like the 50th, 100th.
The one that I will call out, or a couple that I'll call out, the 50th is a wonderful movie that I watched on the big screen. Hadn't heard much about it, didn't know much about it. It was one of those old school moments. Saw what was playing at the theaters near me, read the description, and I said, I'll probably like that. And it's called Eephus. And it's a baseball movie.
Nice.
All I'll say, because I may or may not be talking about it in one of our upcoming favorite movies of the year episodes.
Oh, wow.
All I'll say about it is it's kind of like if the characters from The Sandlot grew up to be old and depressed.
Oh,
and
damn. Not the direction I thought we were going in. I should have known. It's a Nick favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye, Dad. We'll save you a baked potato.
I'll grab dessert. I just realized that guy's wife's name is Linda Belinda.
Get him next time, kid.
You know, that might have been the last time the kid saw the old man come to the plate.
They're so young, they won't even remember this.
They're 10 and 12.
Then they'll probably love that you struck out. It's funny.
Not to me.
Hey, boss, how come you're the only one that has family that come here?
So Eephus was the 50th film I watched of the year. The 150th film that I watched of the year is just one of my 13, speaking of Catherine Hardwicke, her debut feature, 13, starring Evan Rachel Wood and Nikki Reed. And it's just, we watched it for our coming of age stories episode, and it was your introduction to that film, and it's just total ripper, right?
God, it's so good.
What about you? Any milestones on your end that you want to shout out?
We talked about last year, my 300th movie was Goddamn Christmas in the Spotlight. And yeah, three out of 4 of like 50th, 100th, and 200th were just not my favorite watches this year, which is always, I guess I'm just cursed on the diary milestones. 50th was The Passion of the Christ.
Good Lord.
Yeah. I'll leave it at there.
Literally.
Yeah. The 100th was Tropic Thunder, which, just maybe doesn't hold up in the way that I hoped it would.
Right.
It's just not as entertaining. And then my 200th was Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which we watched for our Frankenstein adaptations episode, which actually was really not that bad in retrospect. Like, I actually find myself thinking about it a lot.
Right.
It had so many just gorgeous visuals. So that the imagery from the movie, like the colors, the costumes, the production design, images will just pop in my head every now and then. And so I'm like, okay, I guess it's pretty damn good. You'll have to check it out, everyone, if you haven't watched it yet. It's kind of a underrated, underappreciated Frankenstein.
No one need ever die. I will stop this. No, you can't achieve death. We won't know unless we try.
I warn you, what you are suggesting is not only illegal, it is immoral.
What's happened to you? Yes. That's the combination.
Yeah, we went hard in the paint on these Frankenstein films. We did Frankenstein films episode earlier this year, and as we were gearing up for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. So check that out. You know me, I loved that Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I thought it was fucking batshit crazy. So if you want to hear
really
why I loved it and how I loved it and in which positions I loved it, you can check out that episode. Well, those are some, you know what you should try and do this year, Belle, is just try and make it an event. You know, if you see the milestone coming up, be like, all right, we're having a party for this 200th film that I'm going to log. Let's make it a thing. Go to the picture show, try and schedule it to make it be one of your, if I'm trying to get on your ass, be like, hey, we got to watch this movie. Be like, shut up, Nick. I'm not watching any movies until something I know that I'm going to love.
100th film, Nick.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll curate it. I'll curate 2026.
So if you're coming up on a 100th anniversary, just tell me, or 100th milestone, just tell me no sports movies this week. We're not doing it because chances are you're not going to like it.
Hey, you never know. Bad News Bears changed the game for me. No pun intended.
Maybe Eephus will too. We'll see.
Yeah.
Any movies you watched more than once this year? They have this other feature that is most watched, and it logs if you've watched a movie multiple times.
The most I watched a film this year was twice. One year, I'll get thrice. Perhaps 2026 is the year. But I watched a solid 6 movies twice this year because they were just that good.
Yep.
The first one on the list is Fuck Toys.
Oh, yeah.
Obsession by Annapurna Suram. Yeah, initially caught a screening of it at AFI Fest earlier this year. You can hear me talk a little bit about it on our Film Fest Finds episode where Nick was in Austin and I was here in LA. We talked about some of the movies we got to see at our festivals. And then, yeah, obviously fell in love with the film. Forced Nick and Sonja to go see it with me for a second time just last month.
Not forced, invited, and we had a great time.
For an incredible screening, American Cinematheque screening, and a Q&A from Annapurna herself. So, yeah, I loved this one, and it still hasn't been picked up for distribution. Fingers are crossed, but you may hear me talk more about it here on the Gimme Three podcast this year. We'll see. Movie number 2 is the OG Twilight. As I mentioned earlier, I kicked off the year with Bella and Edward and then returned to the most toxic couple ever for our hormonal vampire series, 3 generations of teen vampire movies with Sonja Mereu. One of my favorite episodes of last year. Sorry, Nick, you weren't there, but...
Yeah, no offense taken at all. Was happy to miss that one.
Yeah. And then, next we have you heard of the film Rye Lane?
I have heard of it. I heard good things.
Yeah, I watched this movie twice last year, and none of those times was for the podcast, so get ready, because I fucking love this movie, and the second I have a chance to talk more about it here on the podcast, we're going to. But it's, for our listeners who don't know, it's a 2023 rom-com, an outstanding directorial debut by Rain Allen Miller. I think it's possibly one of the best, if not the best, modern rom-coms I've seen in like the last 5 years. I just think it's the perfect blend of like golden age of Hollywood rom-com tropes and then bold modern twists. It's set in South London. It stars David Johnson and Vivian Opara, who are just absolutely electric. It's vibrant. It's surreal a little bit. It's hilarious. It just feels very original. And each time I've watched it, it feels, it's a film that makes you feel excited about the movies and excited about love. I mean, it's such a great time.
Sounds amazing.
I think you would love it. So let me know what you guys think as well. If you're also big Rye Lane fans, I feel like this one flew under the radar a little bit. So I wanted to shout it out.
I'm a sucker for a good rom-com.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know. I would be dying to hear your thoughts on this one. And then final 3, less story, more just the fact that I really loved them. That was Sean Wong's DD, which we talked about in our coming of age episode. Kneecap, which Sonja introduced into my life. So thank you, Sonja. I absolutely loved that one. And of course, Ryan Coogler's Sinners, which I already cannot wait to watch. And I could probably watch that movie 100 times over. So all good stuff.
Sonja is at another screening of that film as we speak with a Q&A with Ryan Coogler and Miles Cantor and oh my God. Yeah, I think it's like her 4th time she's going to be watching that picture. We'll be going in deep on that film very soon, I'm sure, as we start talking about our favorites of 2025 in the next coming weeks. So, yeah, I saw that twice as well. I saw One Battle After Another twice as well. Nice. I saw Blue Moon by Richard Linklater twice this year. A wonderful performance from Ethan Hawke. I have not seen Marty Supreme yet, but Ethan Hawke would get my vote for Best Actor of the Year if I were a voting member. I saw Highest to Lowest twice because I was, checks notes, the only man in the world who liked that movie. And I saw it twice and liked it.
Maybe the only one who saw it twice, too.
Probably, but I loved it. I fucking loved it. I love you, Spike Lee. I love you, man. You could do no wrong in my eyes. Fucking loved it.
I love that.
And then I saw Vertigo twice. We discussed Vertigo for... What did we talk about Vertigo for?
That was for Noir.
Was it Noir? Or no. No,
it wasn't.
It was for the 100th episodes.
Oh, yeah. You guys voted.
You guys picked Vertigo.
Yeah.
Our listeners picked Vertigo as we discussed some of the greatest films of all time for our 100th episode. And Vertigo is one of the greatest films of all time. So we watched it once for that. And then Sonja and I saw it 70 millimeter at the American Cinematheque 70 Fest, whatever the
Chef's Kiss.
So those were the movies I saw more than once in this single calendar year of 2025.
Those are some bangers.
Let's go down to, because I find this interesting, watches versus rewatches, Bella. My percentage of watches versus rewatches is almost identical to what I had last year, which I think is saying something about my watch habits. Because I had 32.5% rewatches and 67% new watches. Basically, a third of the time I'm rewatching movies I've seen, which is almost exactly the same statistics, the same percentages as I had last year. I mean, I do realize that may be skewed because there's a lot of movies that I've seen that I never logged on Letterboxd because I watched them obviously before Letterboxd existed, or some of them before the internet existed. But what were your percentages of new watches versus rewatches in 2025?
Yeah, I think mine were about the same. I'm like getting paranoid about percentages because last year I got the colors mixed up and I felt really embarrassed.
I know, and I didn't even edit it out. I left it in there.
I'm glad, the people need to know the real me. But yeah, mine is literally the same. 75% watches, 24% rewatches. So once again, the podcast shining through and bringing new movies into our lives, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Especially, I think we talked about this last time. We both love a good rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're kind of notorious for rewatching our favorite movies over and over and over again, which, people do. But yeah, it's always nice to check some off the watch list, the long, never-ending watch list.
And speaking of the long, never-ending watch list.
Yeah. Every year it's pitiful for me, but how many did you watch?
This was
how many did you add?
This was a bad year, Bella, for the old watch list. I only watched 4 off of my watch list. That's not
4?
Good. Only 4.
Wow.
And I added 18
Okay. These are like doable numbers though.
Yeah,
which I
that's not.
respect.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I have on my entire watch list currently. I have 290.
Wow. That's very reasonable. I'm impressed.
But yeah, I think last year I knocked like, I don't know, 20 or something off, and this year 4. I mean, that's just, it's like I didn't even really try.
Wow.
It seems like, gee whiz, how do you do
I
that?
guess
How do you watch 230 films and only knock 4 of them off of a watch list? I don't even know how. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. Fuck.
Maybe you had movies that were on your watch list, but weren't on your watch list.
Yeah, they were on my watch list, but not on my Letterboxd watch list. They are on my mental headspace watch list, which is 2 million.
That makes more sense.
About you, Bella?
Mine was 95 checked off.
Wow.
The old watch list.
Oh, shit. Talk about flex.
I know.
You guys can't see Bella right now, but she's literally flexing her arms.
Yeah. And then, added 228. It's an uphill battle for me.
Sonja was saying the other day, she was like, on Letterboxd, like you can see, when you look up a film, you can see your friends who've watched it and if they've rated it or not. But then you can also see your friends who want to watch this film. So that means they have it on their watch list.
Mm.
And Sonja said, no matter what movie you look up, you will see Bella's name on Want to Watch. It's like every single movie that is on Letterboxd, Bella has it on her watch list.
It's true. I have, let's see, 1,311.
God damn.
Movies. And I don't know if I even want to watch all these. I kind of just, that's why, this stat shouldn't even matter because I just add so much shit. I'm like, let me remember that exists.
Right.
I'm broken.
Well, maybe you'll get through all 1,000 of those this year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, now we're getting into some really fun stuff. We're talking about one of the cool things that Letterboxd does is you can see at the end of the year your most watched actor, your most watched director, and more. So let's start with actor, Bella. What was some of your most watched actors of 2025?
Okay. My top 3 are tied at 7 movies. So I figured it's the Gimme Three podcast.
Right.
I'll just do all 3. Number 1 is the amazing Alan Rickman. And so I should preface that every year my Harry Potter series rewatch just crushes this statistic. They're all just basically Harry Potter characters. Aside from the obvious Harry Potter rewatch, Alan Rickman's movies included Alice in Wonderland and Dogma, which are perhaps some more underrated Alan Rickman appearances. And then number 2 is Julie Walters, the queen of the franchise with Harry Potter and Paddington, which we did a full Paddington episode of the trilogy.
That's right.
And lastly, oh man, I can't believe it. He finally did it. 7 Tom Cruise movies.
Fucking A.
Tried to avoid them my whole life. And this year with our Mission Impossible episode and a few others. All the Right Moves, which was our...
Yes. We talked about in our football episode. Oh, yeah. Where you could see a little sliver of the old Tom Cruise cock.
Yep. Yep, check it out. Those are my top 3.
Tom Cruise was my number 1.
Oh, really?
With 12
Oh my god.
films, because I watched all the Mission Impossible films this year as we were leading up to the release of the final one. And then we just had, just some more here and there, A Few Good Men, obviously. All the Right Moves, as you said. Lions for Lambs, I watched. The Robert Redford directed Lions for Lambs. Born on the 4th of July. Well, and I should mention, in preparation for the release of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, my wife, Sonja, and Gimme Three producer, she was like, I'm going full Tom Cruise this year. I'm on cruise control. So she was watching Tom Cruise movies anywhere she can get them. She was watching at the end of the year, I think she had logged 20 Tom Cruise films.
Wow.
So she was all in on the cruise control.
That is very impressive.
What's going on? Are you drunk again?
Hey, Mom.
He's drunk again. Eli, leave it drunk for a son. Leave that. You leave that alone. Give that to. You can't stay in this house.
Believe in, isn't it, Mom? This is what you believe in, but I don't.
You can't stay in this house.
I don't believe in him anymore.
Go to bed, honey.
Because
It's
he only had to
okay.
spend
I'll
3
take
days
care
up there. Me, I got to spend the rest of my life. I wish I were dead like him.
You don't know what you're saying.
That's the problem, Mom. I'm not dead. I gotta live. I gotta live and I gotta roll around. I gotta remind him of Vietnam. And you don't want to know. You don't want to see us. You want to hide us. You want to hide us because it is a can of shit. And I am a fucking dummy.
He won't listen. He won't change.
Ronnie, please, you gotta take your mom seriously. You can't drink in this house.
They told us. Go fight. Go kill. Sergeant man, rain car. Yes, car left. Car left. Car left. You know, it's all a lie. Okay. Watch out. Honey.
Why? Stop it. Go to bed. You're sleeping off. What did they do to you in that war? What happened to you? You need help, Ronnie. You need help.
You need help. With all your God and your bullshit dreams about
You're gonna
me.
wake up the whole neighborhood.
You are ashamed of me. You're embarrassed by me.
You guys give him some air. Let me talk to him, all right?
You go to bed. Very soon.
Fuck you!
What did you say to me?
like that.
What did you say to me? Mom!
Fuck you!
You're gonna
Ronnie,
wake the
that's
whole
enough.
neighborhood.
Wake them up. Tell them. Cusacks, Carmelites, Welches. You tell them all. Tell them all what they did to me. What they did to this whole block, this whole country.
They're gonna call the police
We
this
went to
time.
Vietnam to stop communism. We shot women and children.
You didn't shoot women and children. What do you say?
What said the war? Communism, the insidious evil. They told us to go.
Yes, that's what they told us.
Thou shalt not kill, Mom. Thou shalt not kill women and children. Thou shalt not kill, remember? Isn't that what you taught us? Isn't that what they taught us?
Stop it! Stop it!
My number 2 is Ving Rhames because Mission Impossible.
Yep.
And then my number 3, tied, we have Robert Redford and Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is just always on my list because he's Denzel Washington. We also did a Spike Lee, Denzel Washington collaboration episode this year. And then Robert Redford, we did 2 Robert Redford episodes this year. So that was those 6 films. Rest in peace, Robert Redford.
Those are a great top 3.
Yeah, it's a great group of actors there.
Yeah. How about your top director or directors?
Top director, no real surprises here. Top number 1 is David Lynch with 7 films.
Wow.
Number 2 is Spike Lee with 5 films, which is actually pretty low for me as far as Spike consumption goes in a single year. Kevin Smith, I had 5 films.
Nice.
And we did the View Askew-niverse episode with our friend Max Sopkin this year. So there's that.
That's solid. Yeah.
That's solid. All of those filmmakers we did episodes on. We did a David Lynch episode. We did a Spike Lee episode this year. We did a Kevin Smith episode this year. So that makes sense. I like to see the ones that pop up where we didn't have an episode, that calls for it, or it just they just kind of like happened organically. I think the first one I'd say from that is Richard Linklater. I saw 3 movies of his this year, which is again pretty low for Richard Linklater considering how much I love his work, but one, he released 2 movies this year, Nouvelle Vague and Blue Moon. So I saw both of those, and then Dazed and Confused, which is just basically an annual watch for me. So
good.
So that was organic, making it to the top of my list. Richard Linklater. What about you? top directors.
Yeah, my number one was Bong Joon-ho.
Oh, cool.
Only 4 films, because, yeah, we did the Bong Joon-ho highlight.
Bong hits?
Yeah, Bong hits! One of my favorite episodes of last year. You guys should check it out. We talk about Memories of Murder, The Host, and Parasite, of course. And then I watched Mickey 17 in theaters last March, which I actually loved. I mean, again, I love Robert Pattinson. I adore Naomi Ackie. Is it on the same level as the other 3 films? No, but is it a lot of fun? Yeah, I think so. And then, yeah, my other 2 are kind of weak. It's only 3 films. It's John M. Chu for Crazy Rich Asians and Wicked 1 and Wicked 2. And then Tim Burton. I watched Alice in Wonderland, Beetlejuice, and Corpse Bride, which I had actually never seen until this year, which is kind of crazy. Really loved that one.
Yeah. Before we move on, I do want to give one more shout out, and that is below the directors. It shows a whole bunch of lists. They don't give their pictures or anything, but it's got a whole list of other departments and like artistic positions of, you watched all these kind of movies by this, and it gives you a list of the most watched people, of composers and assistant directors and cinematographers and all this and that. And I just want to shout out, because we so rarely shout out stunt performers. Yeah, people who are actually putting their lives on the line for some of these films. So I want to shout out Eliza Coleman, a wonderful and accomplished stunt performer. I watched 6 films that she did stunts for this year.
Wow.
And this is some pretty damn big films. I watched Strange Days. Sonja and I talked about Strange Days on our New Year's night, a very 90s New Year's episode. One Battle After Another, she did stunts for. Freaky Friday, she kind of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis, so I imagine she was Jamie Lee Curtis's stunt double for this. I could be wrong. War of the Worlds, Inception, and Mission Impossible 3. She did stunts for all 3 of these films. So I want to shout out Miss Coleman and all the stunt performers out there.
Love it. Highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
Let's go.
Letterboxd offers the highest average rating of the film that you watched this year and the lowest average film that you watched this year. So highest average, Bella, what was the highest average? What was the best film that you watched according to Letterboxd reviewers?
I feel like ours will be the same.
Probably.
Mine was 12 Angry Men.
Yep.
With a solid 4.6 stars.
And that makes sense because we watched it for our 100th episode, our greatest films of all time episode. So yes, this makes sense. Last year, it was for both of us, it was Dark Knight, and I was a little perturbed by that. 12 Angry Men, I'll be able to sleep at night knowing that. That's fine.
Totally. Lowest average. Imagine we have the same one for this as well. No. Mine was The Sand at 1.7. Wow. Which I actually did talk about. I did talk about this on the podcast for our Cursed Beaches episode.
Oh, I wasn't on that one.
Yeah, that's right. It was with a guest, Michael L. Hayek, and I subjected him to the torture of this movie. And it was my second time watching it. I love this movie. It is so bad. It is so bad and so good, and just. Yeah, highly recommend. Basically, I mean, it's called The Sand. The sand is carnivorous and eating the people who get left on the beach after a drunken night. And that lifeguard hut is really all they've got.
I'm sold.
Yeah, it's ambitious, and I thoroughly enjoyed it both times.
Careful, Jonah.
Hey, Kaylee. We need to talk.
Sure your mouth isn't too busy? Get over it.
That's what you're bitter about? It seems like you had a pretty good night yourself.
Come on, dude.
What? You want to say something?
No. It's for later.
No, man. There is no later. Not today. Why don't you ask Vance how later's going for him? Or Duck Feet?
Marsha.
Whatever. Or all the other people that left the party early.
Dude, you're being a dick.
Am I? Well, I'm not alone. Little shithead.
Can you possibly cut the fucking bullshit? I'm dying here.
Yeah, walk away.
Jonah!
No, it's okay. The board just shifted. No big deal. Hey! Hey! I'm okay.
Look, they're moving! Jonah, the sand is moving the boards, okay? You just have to come back. Baby, please, come back!
Just hold on!
Jonah! Jonah! Jonah!
Lowest Average is also a movie that I enjoyed for me, and it's called New Year's Evil.
Oh, wow.
I just saw recently at the New Beverly Cinema on December 29th, actually. So just snuck it in right before the end of the year. Wow. New Year's Evil. It's a Canon picture, and it is directed by Emmett Alston. The concept is fucking a little all over the place, which is why it's got a low rating. But it's New Year's Eve, and there's a New Year's countdown show that's also like a punk rock countdown show for no reason. But the host of this countdown show gets a call on the air, you know, and it's from this serial killer dude who's saying, for every hour that it's a New Year's, so like Eastern time, Midwestern time, Mountain time, I'm gonna kill somebody and you're gonna hear it. And he plays the recording of the killing, you know, the audio of the recording of the killing live on air, and he goes through these killings every hour as we're counting down to the Western New Year's Eve.
Hey, I like the sound of that. Yeah,
it's fun. It's a Canon movie, so you know what you're getting. It's got some good kills. It's got some. The ending, I thought, really is quite tremendous, and it has a twist in it that, frankly, maybe it's because I'm a dumbass, which I am, but I didn't see it coming. So I was like, hey, all right, I'm into this. I took my friend Eric So to see it, and he was not a fan, and even dozed off a little bit. But it was also the second film of a double feature, so.
That's great.
So anyways, New Year's Evil. Check that out. According to Letterboxd reviewers, it was the worst movie that I watched this year, but I would disagree. I watched Tenet this year. That was the worst movie I watched.
Oh, I love that our lowest rated or lowest average is movies that we both enjoyed.
Yeah, just because, you know.
Yeah, what's next?
The final thing I think we talked about last year, which we'll talk about this year, is what was the newest movie you watched this year and the oldest movie that you watched this year?
All right, big gap here. We've got newest for me was Wicked for Good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, had to go complete the story in theaters. Oldest was, let's see. Oh, The Symbol of the Unconquered from 1920.
Yep.
Was it the same for you? Or did you watch something even older?
That was my oldest, yeah. Symbol of the Unconquered.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oscar Micheaux. Yep. Which we did a whole episode dedicated to that legendary and pioneering filmmaker. So you guys can check that out. The newest film I watched is a film that technically hasn't come out yet or hasn't got distribution yet. As a film I saw at the Austin Film Festival. We discussed it on our festival episode as you promoted, but it's called Forelock. And that was that fun Superman adjacent film. Really good time.
Yeah, really good time.
Hope to see that one get distribution soon. And shout out to the filmmaker who, I'm not even sure if I told you, Bella, but he commented on YouTube and
you're kidding.
and thanked us for the shout out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. That was a pretty damn good year of movie watching, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Hell of a year. I mean, 2025 was rough.
Yeah.
But sometimes, when you have a shitty year like this, where, as my grandma would say, the world feels like it's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yep.
Sometimes those shitty years, sometimes they make it easier to remember all the good parts, the silver linings. And I think this podcast and the movies of last year were my good times, my silver linings. So
that's very
I'm just
lovely.
grateful this last year's over. I'm ready for 2026. Bring it on. We're still hopeful.
We're turning the page. We're turning the page to 2026. And sometimes when in times of tumult, which these are times of tumult, there's no way to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
A way to both understand it and make sense of it and perhaps reckon with it. And also, if you need to, escape it.
Mm-hmm.
Films, cinema is a great way to perhaps understand what we're going through a little bit more. It's sometimes a way to get away from it if you need to get away from it. So cinema will always be there for you amongst this tumult. The Gimme Three podcast will help you with that as we try and recommend some films that just get your juices going, get your minds working, demand your intellect, and also just make you laugh, make you cry. That's what we're here for. Expand your watch list, knock some movies off of your watch list, and we'll have a great time as we do it, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. And, we want to thank all of our listeners and family and friends for supporting the show. Year 2, you guys truly keep us going. We hope that after another year of Gimme Three, as Nick said, we've introduced you to some new movies, connected over shared favorites, maybe a little escapism out of the chaos of this world and into the beautiful realm of movies. So yeah, thank you so much. We're so grateful for all the support and can't wait to bring you another year of films. While we're at it, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know. We really want to hear from you guys. Tell us how many movies you watched in 2025, your highs and lows. Tell us what you want us to cover in 2026. New movies, theme ideas, more special guests, more of just us. If you yourself want to come on the show and talk movies with us, you can send us a text through the link in our episode description or DM us on Instagram. You can find us at Gimme Three Podcast. That's GIMME, spell out 3 podcast. And just really quickly before we go, there's just 3 easy ways to support the show. Number 1, make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast platform. 2, set our episodes to auto download. This is a big one. And, 3, if you'd like to go the extra mile, you can subscribe to our Patreon for just $5 a month. You'll get access to bonus content and, your support, as we always say, helps us keep the mics on. Nick, do you want to tell our lovely listeners where they can find you on the socials?
You can find me on Letterboxd, of course, on Instagram and on Blue Sky at Nicholas Ibarra. Ibarra is spelled with a Y.
And you guys can find me on Instagram at Portrait of a Cinephile or on Letterboxd at Efstratis. Thank you so much again for joining us on the Gimme Three podcast, and we will see you at the movies.